Yo, welcome back to Eat, Sleep, Breathe Hoops with your boy, Nikki P. Y'all know what time it is. Let's dive right into it. Let me ask you something. When you hear the word clutch, what images pop into your head? Go ahead. You see the buzzer beater, the confetti falling, the highlight reel on SportsCenter? We have a disease in sports. We suffer from resultism. We look at the box score, see 40 points, and say, oh, that guy's clutch, or oh, he's great. But that could all be a lie. Being clutch is not a statistic. It's not a shot. It's a condition of the soul. Most players are passengers. They get on the bus. They hope the driver knows where he's going. And if the bus goes off a cliff, well, at least I wasn't the one driving. A clutch player is the bus. More than that, they are the mechanic, the driver, and the bouncer at the door. Today, I want to destroy the myth of the lucky shot and rebuild for you what it truly means to be the person everyone looks at when the lights are the brightest and it's time to put that ball in the basket and win. Intangible number 1, the work ethic of the unseen hour. Let's start with work ethic. We think clutch players are born in the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. They're absolutely not. The clutch gene is forged at 5 a.m. in an empty gym when nobody's watching. Here's the secret that casual fans don't know. Clutch is simply the elimination of the unknown. When Michael Jordan plays Game 6 against Utah, he wasn't trying to make that shot. He was remembering that shot. He had taken that same jumper from the left wing, right hand high, lays at a 15-degree angle, 14,000 times in practice. When the clock hits double zeros, the brain shuts off, the body takes over. True clutch work ethic has a specific texture. It's not just hard work. It is boredom work. It is shooting the same catch and shoot from the corner until your elbows bleed. It's dribbling with a plastic bag over your hand so you can feel the seams in the dark. But here's the nuance. Most players stop working when they're tired. Most players stop working when they get paid. Clutch players don't stop working until they are terrified. They simulate failure. Steph Curry doesn't just practice threes. He practiced threes after doing wind sprints, after getting hip checked by an assistant coach with the shot clock at 2 seconds. Because in the clutch, you're always exhausted. You battle through those moments of failure during your personal training and your workouts when you're working towards getting to a certain level so that you could be able to rise to the occasion when all the marbles are on the line. If you haven't practiced at 100% fatigue, you're betting on luck. And luck doesn't cover the spread. Intangible number 2, the amnesia and the reload. Now, mentality. The psychology of the clutch player is broken in a good way. The average player fears the moment. Why? Because the moment comes with the spotlight, and the spotlight reveals flaws. If you miss a layup in the fourth quarter, nobody tweets about it. If you miss a layup to lose game 7, you're a pariah for life. To be clutch, you must possess volitional amnesia. That means you forget the past in 1/10 of a second. Reggie Miller didn't remember the 3 he missed before the garden erupted. He only remembered the next one. But there's a darker trait here. The clutch player has a short memory for failure, but a photographic memory for disrespect. Allen Iverson didn't step over Tyronn Lue because he was celebrating. He stepped over him because Lue was guarding him. And Iverson had decided that Lue represented every coach who said he was too small, every scout who said he couldn't carry a team. Clutch players keep a ledger of doubt. They monitor everything and remember everything. They don't seek verification. They seek revenge and dominance. When a clutch player gets the ball with 10 seconds left, his internal monologue is not, oh, please, Lord, let me make this shot. It's now, okay, yeah, to the defense, y'all done messed up. To keep it PG, y'all done messed up. You allowed me to get the ball, and now we slitting your throat. It's game over. Intangible number 3, the burden and the need. Why do they accept the responsibility? This is the most profound part. Most of you think being clutch is heavy. You think it's a weight. You see Kobe Bryant take a contested 3 or 4 guys on him and you yell, pass the ball. You think he's arrogant. You're wrong. He's relieved. Here's the psychology. The clutch player doesn't want the ball because he thinks he is the only one who can make the shot. He wants the ball because he thinks it's his responsibility. He has to live up to honoring that responsibility due to all the work he's put into his game, the sleepless nights, the crazy hours, the working to exhaustion, being in the gym when nobody else is in there, being in the weight room and working out when nobody else is in there, getting on the hills and tracks and running when nobody else is out there. He's worked to gain that responsibility, and like they say, to whom much is given, much is required. And the clutch player, the great, truly great clutch player, embodies that and relishes in taking on that challenge. Think about it. Dirk Nowitzki in the 2011 finals. He had the flu. He was dehydrated. He could barely lift his arms, and he told Jason Terry, "Give me the rock." Why? Because Dirk knew that if he passed it, he'd be regretting that for the rest of his life, knowing that he should have been the one to take that shot for sure. Knowing that the only way he shouldn't have been taking that shot is if he was triple or quadruple team, where he just had no opportunity to get the ball, regardless of how hard he tried. Clutch players are not masochists. They're control freaks. They seek the last shot because they prepared more for that specific scenario than any other. To give the ball away is to admit that their preparation was a waste of time. They want their teammates to rely on them because that reliance is trust, and trust is the only currency that matters in the huddle. When LeBron kicked to Ray Allen, that's different. That's basketball IQ. But the true clutch gene, Jordan, Kobe, Iverson, they want the ball when the game is broken. When the play breaks down, when the defense knows what's coming, they say, "Hey, give it to me. I've done this a million times in my head. I've done this a million times on the court in practice. Just follow my lead." The pantheon, the specifics of the greats. Let's put faces to this philosophy, because the masses are right about these names, but often for the wrong reasons. Dirk Nowitzki, the unicorn of clutch. Dirk is unique because he had a weakness, defense, but clutch is about offensive relentlessness. In 2011, Dirk was unguardable to the utmost degree, not because he was athletic, but because he invented the one-legged fadeaway and had a jumper that was unblockable, and that was one of the greatest jumpers of all time. And early Dirk was quick, but even 2011, he still had good fluidity and movement for his size and the speed, and he had a good handle and could get to the rack, shoot from outside, get the mid-range, post you up. He could do it all. And that shot was engineered specifically for the clutch. You cannot block a shot that's falling away from you, especially when somebody's a 7-footer. Dirk knew that in high pressure, your legs go first. So he built a shot that used the legs as a shield. He is clutch because he redesigned physics to survive the moment. Reggie Miller, the agitator. Reggie couldn't jump over a phone book, but 8 points in 9 seconds? That ain't skill. That's psychopathy. Reggie sought out the crowd's hatred. He thrived on the Spike Lee glare. Most players want silence. Reggie wanted the noise to be so loud it broke his eardrums, because that meant he had no choice but to focus. He used external chaos to create internal stillness. Steph Curry, the gravity distorter. Curry changed the math. In the clutch, conventional wisdom says, "Hey, get to the rim." Curry says, "Hey, I'm going to pull from 32. The reason Curry is clutching that is that he has zero fear factor for the miss. He believes the next one is going in with such religious fervor that he has no memory of the previous brick. He also is the most generous clutch player. He runs off the ball, drawing 2 defenders to free up Andre Iguodala. That is the quiet clutch, knowing your gravity wins the game even if you don't take the shot. Allen Iverson, the relentless engine. AI played 48 minutes a night, almost. Dove on the floor, took a beating, and still had got you 30, 40, 50. In the clutch, exhaustion amplifies fear. But his usage rate and his minutes per game, which is probably up there with most of the all-time highs of all time since the history of the league, and still being able to come through and take over and knock down game winners and get clutch steals for game-winning layups. Iverson was immune to exhaustion because he played with rage, not anger rage that he was 165 pounds, rage that he had to carry the Sixers. When he crossed over Michael Jordan as a rookie, he wasn't showing off. He was proving that the clutch gene doesn't require a system. It just requires a pulse. Kobe, the Mamba obsession. Kobe is the purest example of the burden seeker. He took the shots that made analytics nerds vomit, but here's a detail. Kobe practiced the impossible shot more than he practiced the easy shot. He believed that the defense would always try to take away your strength, so he made his weakness, off-balance, double-team, fading left, into his strengths. He sought that responsibility because he knew he would work to bring his game to a level that was unstoppable regardless of what defense threw at him. Michael Jordan, the synthesis. Jordan is the archetype. But the specific detail the masses miss, Jordan's clutch defense. Yes, the shot over Elo. Yeah, the flu game where he killed it. But Jordan took the last shot on both ends. He stole the ball from Karl Malone before the last shot. Clutch isn't just scoring. It's the willingness to be the guy who gets the stop. It's the willingness to be the guy to do whatever it takes to succeed and secure in the win. And dominating and doing it and not being stopped in your effort and your pursuit to do it. Jordan wanted to blame if the pass got through. That is the ultimate acceptance of responsibility. I will win it or I will die trying to stop you. In conclusion, let me bring this home. What's the difference between a clutch player and a non-clutch player? It's not talent. There's a lot of talented chokers all over the NBA, a la James Harden. The difference is the phone call. Most of you, when the coach calls your name in the huddle, a part of you shrinks. You think, please don't pick me. I'm tired, or I'm nervous, or I'm not ready for the moment, or I can't handle this responsibility. I can't take on this challenge. I might mess up the legacy. The clutch player, when the phone rings at 3 a.m. and you know it's trouble, you have two choices. You can let it ring, go back to sleep, and hope the problem solves itself, or you can answer it. Clutch players answer the phone. They answer it on the first ring. They say, I know it's heavy. I know you're scared. Put it on my back. That's not arrogance. That's extreme confidence. That's the courage of preparedness. They've done the work. They have the amnesia. They have the rage. And they love their teammates enough to not make them carry the weight. So go ahead, be passive, be afraid, but know this, the game will eventually hunt you down. And when it does, you can either be the hunter or the hunted. I recommend being the one who answers the phone call. Once again, it's your boy Nikki P. You rocking with Eat, Sleep, Breathe, Hoops. And until the next time, go hit that like button, hit that comment section. Peace.